So today we're going to be talking about technology when it comes to caregiving. So first I'm going to talk a little bit about Elder Help. Our mission here at Elder Help, my name is Dana Gerard, I work for Elder Help for those of you who are new to this webinar. Elder Help provides personalized services and information to help seniors remain independent and live with dignity in their own homes. We do this through multiple services, including transportation. We have a home share program. We have a care coordination program. Volunteers that can go into the home and help with things like grocery shopping, a friendly visit, reading mail. And our programs are intended to reduce social isolation and any resulting health and medical issues. So here is a little agenda of what we're going to talk about today. As technology now has become a bigger part of all of our lives, I thought this would be a really important topic for a lot of us on how we can better talk about technology when it comes to aging, when it comes to being a caregiver, and maybe it's something that can help each of us a little bit as we go along our caregiving journey. So just a little bit of background here, I guess. Most seniors want to stay independent and age in place. So 90% of seniors want to age in their own home, but 70% of these people are going to need some type of help staying there. So some long-term care support. Usually this is going to come in the form of a family caregiver, a daughter helping her mom, a son helping his dad, a niece or nephew, a grandchild. About just under half of adults over the age of 85 live alone, 30% of adults over the age of 65 live alone, and half of all women over the age of 75 live alone, because women tend to live a little bit longer than men. So safety is obviously a huge thing when it comes to living alone. So what are some ways that caregivers are already using technology? Most people have a cell phone, as we know, so this applies to caregivers. 87% of caregivers have a cell phone. 86% of caregivers have access to the internet, whether that is through your computer or probably through your cell phone, probably both. About a fourth of caregivers have used online to look up reviews of medications, doctors, hospitals, medical facilities. It's just second nature for us most of the time now to get on our phone and look anything up that somebody is telling us. And then, of course, a lot of us use the internet for social media. And more seniors are also starting to use the internet for social media to reconnect with old friends, to stay connected to friends and family, to see what their grandkids are up to. So what are some ways that we can help manage caregiving, help manage someone's care from online? Obviously making appointments, that's a huge way that we can help somebody. We can request information when it comes to a doctor, request a first appointment. We can find doctors in our network for our medical insurance, for our dental insurance. We can look up appointments. We can use the online portals to look up any doctor's notes. We can communicate with providers if someone needs a prescription refill, has new symptoms. Grocery and meal delivery is becoming more and more popular. Almost all grocery stores now have some sort of delivery system, and also places like Target and Walmart are starting to do this. And then the boxes, the subscription boxes like the Blue Apron or HelloFresh boxes that all the ingredients can be sent to somebody's home. Maybe somebody can't necessarily go out to the grocery store anymore, but getting one of these meal boxes delivered to them can help them with still cooking at home if they're able to. And then, of course, things like Meals on Wheels, Mom's Meals, where it's a pre-made meal delivered and all someone has to do is heat it up in the microwave. We can do prescription refills and prescription delivery from online. Again, most pharmacies are able to deliver prescriptions. If not, maybe you just use that to get a refill or a reminder when a refill is ready. Online shopping, what can you not buy online? Everything you can buy online. So obviously Amazon Prime is a huge way that caregivers help their loved ones. Mom runs out of something and you don't have the time to go all the way to the store and buy it and then bring it over to her house. You can order it on Amazon and get it there just as quickly as you probably could anyway. Keeping track of somebody's finances and their budget with all of the online banking that we're able to do. is just another way that you can help from online when managing someone's care. So there are a few different things that are available online for caregivers. There are a few caregiver or websites geared towards caregivers such as AARP, the National Alliance for Caregiving, which is caregiving.org. And then also for those of you who are in San Diego, the San Diego Union Tribune recently launched their Caregiver SD website. So this is a really great comprehensive website for caregivers here in San Diego. Has so many different, not just resources, but articles about these resources, about the people behind these resources, all done by the Union Tribune reporters. You know, they've really investigated all of the people who are on there. Elder Help is on there, but it's a great place to just get some, learn from others' experience and narrative. So that is caregiversd.org. And then online you can do support groups. So AARP does have some support groups for caregivers, and so does the Family Caregiver Alliance. Again, that's caregiving.org. But Facebook is also a really great place to find some online support groups for caregivers where you can find more niche communities, and just, you know, by searching maybe like Parkinson's caregivers, and there's a bunch of online forums. You can hear different ideas that have worked, and just connect with people who are going through something similar to what you are going through. And then Elder Help, we have online courses for family caregivers if you haven't checked those out yet. We have 4 different courses on our website. They're all free, they're all self-paced, and they each take less than a half an hour to get through. So even if you only have time at 10 p.m. to go through these, they are available. So the 4 different courses that we have are Understanding Your Role as a Family Caregiver, Family-Centered Care Planning, Self-Care, and Dementia, and each of these has some really great takeaways, handouts, printouts that you can use in caregiving. So not only are there many tools online for caregivers, but there are apps. Everyone loves to have an app for everything. But don't dismiss apps that you already use. A lot of the apps that we use the most every single day can also be used to help with managing caregiving. So email, your Outlook, your iCalendar, your Outlook calendar, syncing calendars with anybody who is on your care team, putting all of mom's appointments on your calendar, keeping a group email with anybody in the care team to stay on pace. Everyone's on the same page. Obviously, we can make phone calls, we can send text messages, FaceTime if your loved one, you know, is in the loop with these different types of text messaging and video chatting apps. It could be a great way for them to stay connected, to still feel social, still feel part of your life, and this can help to reduce a lot of social isolation that seniors face. Online banking, most of us probably already use online banking for our own personal banking, but if you're able to add your loved one's bank account onto your own banking app, super easy way to transfer money, to keep track of finances, paying bills. Our Notes app, I don't know if everyone knows this, but you can share your notes. You can have collaborative notes just on your iPhone Notes app. You can use something like Evernote. You can also lock your notes with a password. So if you do want to keep important medical information, passwords, anything that is private to your loved one, you can keep that on a note that is secure in your phone, has a password, so only you can access it. Of course, I mentioned at Amazon. Amazon is so quick and easy for caregivers. You can do the subscriptions, so things that you, go to the store for regularly, such as dish soap, hand soap, cleaning supplies. You can do the Prime Pantry, where a box comes of, common household items. Amazon now has food delivery service. You can do even restaurant delivery on Amazon. And then, of course, just any item that is on Amazon Prime can be delivered within 2 days. They have Prime Now, that something can be delivered within a 2-hour time frame. So something that we are so familiar with every day can also be used for somebody else. Then you don't have to drag all the way to the store and bring the groceries to someone. This can save you a lot of time, or if you are caring from a distance. And then, of course, Lyft and Uber, a great alternative for somebody. If you are stuck at work and your loved one needs a ride to the doctor, they need to get somewhere, you can always call them a Lyft or an Uber. And Lyft is piloting a program, just so everybody knows, that you can sign up for. It's an all-access plan. Depending on the plan you choose is the price, but for most of it, the most common one is going to be $49 a week, and you get unlimited rides up to $15 per ride. So again, if this is something that is going to be saving you a lot of time, it could be worth that $49 per week to have your loved one be able to go wherever they need to go, whether that is just to the store or the doctor, to go meet up with friends, and then you're not leaving work to help them out. So it is only in certain cities. You do have to sign up for the pilot right now, but you can go under your Lyft account on the internet and request to be part of that pilot program. And I'm sure Uber is going to start doing something similar as well. Again, more apps geared towards caregivers rather than the apps that we use every day. Your Apple Health, this can be connected to somebody else's Apple Watch if you want to buy an Apple Watch for your loved one. But if your loved one has an iPhone, this is a great way for them to keep track of a lot of their different health, their weight, their blood pressure. There's so many different gadgets that you can buy that sync with your Apple Health app, and this is on everybody's iPhone to really keep track of sleep, nutrition, all sorts of things. AARP has 2 different apps that are free and allow you to, so the AARP RX app helps you to organize prescriptions and contacts and share information with family members. You can also access this from your computer or your smartphone, your tablet. It can sync all across. And then the Caregiver app helps you to monitor symptoms, coordinate care, have a list of medications, appointment tracking, and then they also have a really handy FAQ page with a lot of commonly asked questions around caregiving that they help to answer for you. CareZone, that helps you to create to-do lists, keep track of medications, symptoms, coordinate care. It also has a help center with FAQs as well. And then the Alzheimer's Care Buddy, this is more for somebody who has dementia, but this again helps with managing stress, navigating family conflict. You can reach their 24/7 hotline on the app as well. And then also a lot of, again, FAQs around common dementia symptoms. Caring Bridge connects caregivers. So if you have a care team, this is a great one-stop shop app to connect everybody on your care team. Again, keep track of appointments, health changes, information. And then Pacifica is aimed towards self-care for caregivers. So this helps with things like meditation, taking a break, finding things that are more for you. So there are a ton of different things that we can also have technology in the home to keep a senior safe. Some things that might be considered technology but are probably already in the home, if not they're quick fixes for in the home. So night lights, motion censored lights, light timers. Night lights, of course, should always be in the bathroom next to the bed. A motion censored light might be a really great idea for something like a hallway or outside of somebody's home when they're trying to get in, use a key. Light timers are really great to make it seem like, someone's still home, or if you know that somebody often falls asleep on the couch, maybe you keep the light timer on for when they usually get up to go back into bed. Handrails, installing those, of course, in the bathtub, or grab bars, I guess, in the shower, in the bathroom. Handrails are so important for making sure that the steps have a handrail, not only on one side of the rail, but both sides, especially if it's a narrow stairway in the home where somebody can hold on to both of the handrails. But just making sure every stairway, no matter if it's just 1 or 2 steps or, 13, 14 steps, that there is a handrail there for somebody to hold on to. Removing throw rugs, this is one of the easiest way that we can prevent falls in seniors' homes. They love to have those throw rugs everywhere. Make sure that they're either secured or just remove them altogether. And then, of course, grab bars in the shower, just as this photo demonstrates. So smart home technology is what everyone's talking about now. We all want to have this smart technology in our home, and many times it might be confusing to seniors, but other times it might be a great tool for you to manage care from a distance or to just help them out as long as they can understand how to use some of these things. So a Nest or a smart thermostat is a great way to control somebody's heating and cooling, and if you are paying someone's bills, this is a great way to keep costs down. You can set it on a timer so that things, maybe it does get a little warmer at night but stays cooler during the day, or if somebody usually goes out of their home and they often forget to maybe set the thermostat to a lower temperature, you can have that programmed. Smart plugs. So a smart plug can control really anything that you would plug into an outlet, such as your lights, your appliances, and then you can control it either through an Alexa or a Google Home or a smartphone. So for example, you can plug a light into the smart plug, and then instead of getting up out of bed to turn the light off, you can just say to your Alexa, Alexa, turn my lights off, or Alexa, turn my lights on. So if someone wakes up frequently in the middle of the night, they can do that. You can also have your Alexa do a routine. So all you have to do is say, Alexa, good morning, and she turns on your lights with the smart plug and maybe tells you the weather or the news or reminds somebody to take their medication. So Alexa can do a lot of things, same with Google Home. I'm just going to call it Alexa for simplicity's sake. But you are able to make phone calls through the Alexa. Pretty soon, Amazon will be releasing a feature where you can call 911 from an Alexa. So this can be a really great tool for somebody who doesn't want to wear a lifeline button or a personal emergency response button. If they fall and they have Alexas placed throughout their home, you can buy, starting in December, it's called an Echo Connect. It'll be $35, and this will be able to call 911 for somebody just through voice technology. As of right now, though, you can call anybody that you allow Echo or Alexa access to your contacts in your phone. You can make phone calls over the Alexa right now. You can also have it connect into the existing phone service. And then other things that Alexa can do is set up reminders. You can tap into the smart home. So if you do have like the Nest thermostat, Alexa, turn the temperature to 75. Alexa, turn my lights on. Alexa, call me an Uber. Alexa, order me McDonald's. It's endless what we can do with these smart speakers, and they're super easy to learn for a senior as well. And then smart locks or home security is always a great thing to think about with someone living alone. The smart locks, again, can be controlled through the Amazon Alexa or Google Home, through a smartphone. And home security could be provided through just your cable provider. I have heard of people getting rid of their home phone and then adding on the home security, and then there's a camera outside of the door. You can, watch the front door from the camera, so someone doesn't need to necessarily get up if someone knocks on their door. They can just see it and decide whether they want to get up or not, and that's a great way to prevent falls. And of course the video recording just in case something happens to someone's home, but a lot of home security now is becoming more affordable and attainable through smart home technology. So some technology that can help to support independence, again, for someone who is living alone. A lot of these are geared more towards the seniors. So a PERS system, like I had mentioned, such as Lifeline, Great Call, Life Alert. These are the buttons that you can wear either on your wrist or on your neck in case you fall and you press the button, connects you to someone who can connect either with a loved one or like 911. They are making these buttons now a little bit more discreet. So as you can see in that bottom picture on the right, what looks like a little Apple Watch, that's actually one of the personal emergency response buttons through Great Call. So it's no longer maybe embarrassing to wear that. It just looks like it's a piece of smart technology. Smart watches, of course, are really great features for anybody, but for seniors, they can help to detect an irregular heartbeat. On the Apple Watch, you can use the Hey Siri feature so that you can say, Hey Siri, remind me to take my medication at 10 a.m. or Hey Siri, can you call my daughter or anything like that. Also, something really awesome I saw when I was researching for this webinar is there's a drawing picture feature on the Apple Watch where a daughter said she would draw a question mark on her Apple Watch and send it to her mom. And that was their symbol for, hey, are you okay? And the mom would draw a heart back if she was okay, or a smiley face. So it's a quick way to, instead of sending a text message or stepping out of the office to make a phone call, you can do it discreetly from anywhere, whether you're in a meeting or just at a stoplight. You can do that really quick and just make sure that somebody's okay. And then with the Fitbit, the Apple Watch, all of these smart watches, they are really great for seniors because they remind you to move. They count your steps. They want you to get 1,000 steps in every hour. And so, towards the end of the hour, they say, don't forget to get up and move. So for somebody who is working on independence and staying, they stay in their chair all day to watch TV, it's a great reminder to get up and, just walk to the kitchen, take a walk outside to the mailbox. They can do the calendar reminders, so you can set up medication reminders in the calendar, and then it just beeps on their watch to remind them to take their medication or whatever they may need to be reminded for, a doctor's appointment. And sleep tracking as well. So these are all really great tools that can be used too when you go to the doctor's office. All of it is just right there in your smartphone or through your Fitbit app. You can always buy somebody a Fitbit and then the data can be put on your smartphone. It doesn't necessarily have to be, the smartphone has to be in range of the watch at all times. Medic ID bracelets, those are the bracelets up at the top right, where if somebody does have a condition such as Alzheimer's or dementia, it just has emergency contact information, or if somebody does have a major allergy such as penicillin, that medical first responders can just look at that bracelet and see important medical information. It can also be worn as a necklace. Alzheimer's San Diego does make these bracelets for free. You just have to pay $7 for shipping, I believe. And then nationwide, the Alzheimer's Association does have a discount on these bracelets. They are $55 plus the $7 in shipping. Alzheimer's San Diego also has a deal for caregivers, so you can have on there that you are a caregiver of somebody with dementia. Super important. I've also heard of people just having them on their keys in case they get into a car accident. And then obviously cell phones are really awesome for independence, but if somebody maybe isn't super into getting a cell phone, learning how to use it, especially a smartphone, Great Call does make cell phones geared towards seniors, so they do have that smartphone that you see in the bottom right picture that is geared towards seniors, a lot less confusing to manage and get through just your basics on there, but you can still take pictures with it, you can still do a like a Skype on there. Or Great Call does have the Jitterbug phone that is, again, just a flip phone geared towards seniors, but really great for somebody who still drives, who still goes out of their home. Super important, obviously, to have a cell phone. And then smart scales are a new piece of technology that they can sync with the fitness tracker, but they can also just measure your body fat, they measure your bone density, your water percentage, a lot of things that doctors want you to keep track of if you are on certain medications. Smart scales are a pretty reasonable, they're between like $100 and $150 depending on the scale, so could be a really great way for somebody to manage their health all on their own. More technology that is for the home geared towards seniors. These are a little bit more specific, but there is the Reminder Rosie, so that's the clock in the top right with the 12:05. This is a voice reminder clock, so you can record your voice on there and say, "Good morning, Mom, it's 10 a.m. Please remember to take your medicine and feed the dog," and then it's a familiar voice telling her what to do, and she just has to press basically like an alarm clock on the top of the clock to say that she did it. There's the MedMinder, so that's the pillbox in the middle of the screen there. The MedMinder just looks like the regular pillbox, but it is actually a lock box, and it locks until it's time for that medication. So it knows that it's Tuesday a.m. It will unlock the Tuesday a.m. slot, and then it'll give a voice recording reminding you to take the medication. And then if after a certain amount of time the medication hasn't been taken, it will beep. And if it still hasn't been taken after that, it will send an alert through an app to the caregiver to say that the medication hasn't been taken. Independa is a smart TV attachment for use or geared towards seniors. So it can attach to any TV to make it a smart TV, and you can watch TV on it, obviously. But it also has photo sharing, so you can upload a photo to an app to share with somebody. It has reminders on there, so the reminders will pop up right on the screen. This is the picture at the bottom of the TV. So again, reminder to take your medication. You have an appointment in 30 minutes. It has a call button, and it also can do video chat on there as well. So a great option for somebody who doesn't have a smartphone, because you would control that from your smartphone. Sensor technology, this is a little bit more invasive, but there is technology set up for seniors where you can put sensors on commonly used items such as the refrigerator, the car keys, the front door, the mailbox, things like that. And so you know the last time that item was touched. So you can see mom hasn't gone to the refrigerator in 12 hours. That's a little bit strange. I better call to check up on her. And one company for that is called Lively. Hearing aids, I put hearing aids on here because hearing aids are not necessarily what they used to be. They're not as invasive and big, and you can't necessarily always see them anymore. So many of them can be set up to work with Bluetooth for a lot of this technology so that you can hear your TV or your phone better, and it's just right in your hearing aid. A lot of them can be so much smaller and just so much, the technology on them has advanced so much in the last few years that it might not be as scary of a thing for somebody to have anymore, and can greatly improve somebody's quality of life. And then if you are a caregiver for somebody with dementia, Smart Soles are GPS shoe inserts. That's the picture in the middle there of the shoe insert. So it is, again, just an app you have on your phone, and you can see if somebody is wandering, where they are. And this is a great thing that, you know, if somebody's going outside, they're usually going to put their shoes on. So it's not necessarily like a necklace or a bracelet or a cell phone that they have to remember to keep on, or an extra thing that they would know is on their body. But it's a really great safety feature, again, for somebody who wanders. So as I mentioned before, technology can be so tough for seniors. You know, they aren't as into it as we are. They didn't grow up with these things. It's not a part of their everyday life as it is for most of us as caregivers. So it can be hard to install these things and have them get used to it. But of course, with everything, include your loved one in the conversation about technology. You know, don't just bring one of these things into their home and saying, okay, Mom, I'm installing an Amazon Alexa in your home. Here's just, you know, learn how to use it. You can figure it out. You know, do you want an Amazon Alexa? Would this be helpful for you? Provide real life examples of how they can help. So, Mom, Alexa can help you to order an Uber or a Lyft, or Alexa can help you when you run out of paper towels. You just have to ask her to reorder it for you. Start with something small. So maybe the Alexa is a huge change to somebody. You know, they don't even have a smartphone, or they don't even know what an Amazon Alexa is. So maybe you start with something small, such as getting them a cell phone, or introducing it to them at your house. Write down the instructions, no matter how simple they may seem to you. Turning on an iPad might be the hardest thing for somebody because they don't realize that it needs to be charged or what the different buttons are for. So even if it's just writing out how to send a text message on an iPhone, write down the instructions. That could be very important for somebody in knowing how to use some of this smart technology. Check in and see how they're doing. You know, don't just leave them with the iPhone and just leave and never check up on them. And then make changes based on their input. Again, you know, including them in the conversation. So for seniors to learn new technology other than just with you, there are different ways that they can do this in being social. So Oasis and Lifelong Learning Institutes are two ways that you can learn technology. Oasis is in 30 cities across the United States, including San Diego and LA. Those offer free computer and technology classes for seniors. And then Lifelong Learning Institutes, San Diego State University, as well as University of California, San Diego does participate as a lifelong learning institute. They have classes on technology, but also a lot of other things where seniors can go back to college and learn. And it's a great way to keep seniors social, as well as if a senior is familiar with online, there are tons of technology workshops to learn some of this new technology and keep them in the loop. Does anyone have any questions? I'm happy to answer them. Two events coming up that I want to let everyone know about is the San Diego Aging Summit, which is next Thursday, a week from today. It's going to be at the Town and Country. They also have a sister site in Escondido. There's Joan London from Good Morning America is going to be the keynote speaker there. Lots of different booths on caregiving there. And then the Interactive Technology and Health Fair for older adults and adults with disabilities is going to be at the George L. Stevens Senior Center from 9 to 2 on August 9th. And if anyone has any questions after this, you can always email me, corporaterelations@elderhelpofsandiego.org, and here is ElderHelp's general email and phone number as well if you do have any questions on us. I will stick around for another minute or two if anyone has any questions, but otherwise, thank you so much for joining today, and we will have our next webinar in July. Thanks, everyone.